Our Daytona 500 pre-race show delivered by Pizza Hut. Bright blue skies, temperature in the 70s. Little wind for the start of the 53rd running of the Great American Race. Jamie McMurray, last year's winner in a backup car today. But time for our Pizza Hut race prediction. We're going to ask our experts to name the race winner, and then we're going to track every week who's the best, and you can get involved as well. Let's start upstairs to the booth. And Mike Joy. Mike?
That's a tough one, Chris, but I only know of one driver who really has a pizza oven in his motor coach, and he's won everything else there is to win at Speed Weeks. Tony Stewart.
I woke up this morning, all I saw was twos everywhere. Kurt Busch is my man.
Call me sentimental, but I'm picking the 103 car.
What?
That's the 88 and the 15 come to the line together, hooked up.
I was amazed he could add. That's what threw me off. All right, how about your pick, Jeff?
I'm going to go with Happy Harvick. I mean, I believe this style of racing, he's kind of sneaky smart, Chris. I really like his style.
Yeah, he's aggressive and tough. You can log on to foxsports.com/Pizza Hut. Vote for your favorite driver you think will win today, and you'll get a chance to win a trip to next year's Daytona 500. Be sure to keep an eye out for updates during the race to see who you, the fans, voted as the Pizza Hut fan favorite driver. Fatigue may be a factor today as drivers take on the realization of a dream. Let's head down for those famous words we always like to hear in racing, but always special at the Daytona 500.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome co-grand marshals and stars of the upcoming movie Transformers: Dark of the Moon, Josh Duhamel, Rosie Huntington-Whiteley, and director Michael Bay as they deliver the most famous words in motorsports.
Thanks, Jim. I want to take a moment to thank all of our troops overseas fighting for us. And now,
Gentlemen, start the engine!
Jeff Hammond, Chris Myers from the Hollywood Hotel, the guys that will take you through another season of the NASCAR on Fox coverage and the Daytona 500. Darrell Waltrip, Larry McReynolds, and Mike Joy. Mike, gentlemen, start your talking.
Thanks, Chris, and hello, everybody. The Daytona 500, NASCAR's biggest race and one of the toughest to win. Took Dale Earnhardt 20 tries. Buddy Baker, 18. DW, 17 years to win it. Bobby Allison, David Pearson, Michael Waltrip, each won it on their 15th try. But today, Darrell, you say this could be the toughest 500 ever to win.
Oh, I think physically and mentally, this is by far and away the toughest one I've seen. This two-car tandem that we've been watching around here takes a lot of focus, a lot of concentration, and the speeds are incredible, over 200 miles an hour all the time. And folks, we just can't make this stuff up. This has been a great week down here with the tribute to Dale and everything else, so it's all good. Junior starting on the pole, he's fallen to the rear, but it's been a good week.
Well, Larry, it's not just having a fast car and good pit stops. Finding a partner, keeping a partner, and all that goes into that. It's pretty tense for 500 miles.
Well, it is. I mean, you're going to be working from the drop of the green flag to hunt your partner that can help you, that you can push, that can be pushed by you. You're going to have to do it through a bunch of pit stops. And by the way, you're going to be doing it for 500 miles. Darrell mentioned physically and mentally. We watched some of these same drivers yesterday for 300 miles. They almost had to pour out of those race cars.
We've been waiting all winter for it. The green flag for the 53rd annual Daytona 500 coming up next on Fox.
And it's hey now, here we go. Gonna get a little bit sideways.
The cars roll off the grid in front of a packed house for the 53rd annual Daytona 500. The skies are petty blue, and the field of 43 begins to form up down toward turn number 1. A beautiful, perfect day for racing. This race is brought to you by Budweiser, the beer that starts with full flavor and ends with a crisp, fast finish. Great times are waiting. Grab some Buds. Chevy is proud to pace the 53rd running of the Great American Race with the 400 horsepower Camaro SS. Try to keep up with it, boys. The cast of Transformers gave the command to start the race, and as part of the parade lap, there are 3 of the Transformer cars. The number 48 is called Wrecker. Has a similar V8 to a Sprint Cup car, a little less compression. Good bit of horsepower there, 510. And oh, by the way, look at all that armor. Now, Jimmy doesn't have quite so much on his 48.
I'm glad.
Let's have a look at the NASCAR on Fox starting lineup for the 500. Dale Earnhardt Jr., 2004 winner. Jeff Gordon, a 3-time winner, have earned the front row. Kurt Busch won the shootout in the duel. Jeff Burton, the winner of his duel race to secure Road 2. Clint Boyer, Regan Smith, one of the best pushers here. Michael Waltrip trying for 3, and Kevin Harvick, the 07 winner. Kyle Busch, 24 NASCAR wins last year. Matt Kenseth. Brian Keselowski, the Cinderella, the glass slipper fit for him. McMurray, Montoya, teammates. McMurray, the defending champ. Brad Keselowski, Brian's brother, and A.J. Allmendinger. Mark Martin in his 27th 500 with Denny Hamlin. Paul Menard, new to the RCR team, and Martin Truex, 08 winner Ryan Newman with Carl Edwards. Jimmy Johnson, 5-time with David Rudiman. Tony Stewart won his 12th Speed Weeks race yesterday with Greg Biffle. Brian Vickers making his first start with Darlington with Robert Richardson. 2-time 500 winner Bill Elliott with Robbie Gordon. Bobby Labonte in a new ride, and young Trevor Bayne carrying the colors of the Wood Brothers as we look through the rest of the 43-car field. Let's talk to the hot 20-year-old rookie from Knoxville, Tennessee.
Trevor Bayne, DW, Fox Sports. You got a copy there, young man?
Yes, sir, I do. How are you guys doing today?
We're really doing well. That was really nice what you did on the cranking up the engines there, the prayer. I really liked that. Good job, buddy. Hey, you're driving the famous 21 car. You've met David Pearson, who's won the Daytona 500 in that car. What's your game plan for today?
The same thing his was, I guess. You know, we're all here to win, but I understand that's my first 500, and I have a lot to learn. But I tell you, man, this fast race car has done me a lot of justice so far these speed weeks. These guys, everybody on this Wood Brothers crew has just provided me an awesome race car that I think has the capabilities of running up front. You know, it's just finding that buddy to work with, which I think we built a lot of those relationships this week, and I've got a lot of good support, man. So we're pumped about it.
All right there. Good job through the week here. You've been going to school. Today is graduation. Hope you get this certificate.
All right, guys. I appreciate it. Hopefully we get this Ford Motorcraft up front for you.
The 20th driver to run the 500 for the Wood Brothers. Keep an eye on this man who turned 20 yesterday. He is one to watch. Down to our NASCAR on Fox All-Star Pit crew, beginning with Matt Yoakum.
Mike, today Jeff Gordon chases his overall 15th victory here at Daytona, 4th in the Great American Race. But each qualifying event or shootout race this week here in Daytona, it's been different variables that Gordon has had to deal with. His drafting buddy, Trevor Bayne, he's starting near the back. His teammates are starting near the back. The big question mark early on, just who will Gordon pair up with early? Chris Devoda?
When Jamie McMurray won this race last year, he cried. And then he went to the media center and cried some more. He says, I know a grown man is not supposed to break down in a room full of people. But when you haven't won a race in a while, you're overwhelmed. And then when you realize that race was the Daytona 500, the floodgates open. Today, he will try to navigate those floods 2 by 2 with his teammate, Juan Pablo Montoya. Dick Berggren?
Well, 20-year-old Joey Logano has had a tough speed weeks. He has run in 3 preliminary events and crashed in 3 preliminary events. But the veteran observers say the kid is ready to win and win big this year. That could start here at the Daytona 500 if he can keep it out of the wall. Steve Burns?
Dick, Tony Stewart won here yesterday, giving him 16 Daytona wins, but he has never won the Daytona 500. Would he give up all 16 trophies for one at the Great American Race? Well, listen to Kevin Harvick. Kevin Harvick says that this is the biggest race of the year times 10.
This is the Daytona 500. I mean, you're just on edge with your nerves already. Just the whole experience of the Great American Race.
It's the first race of the year, but it's the biggest race of the year. So, you know, you got the early in the year jitters. You got the nervousness about the Daytona 500, how much it means to win. So there's a lot going on the Daytona 500 morning.
You get the worst night of sleep ever the night before the Daytona 500, and you can't help it. You know, your heart pounds all night long, and you just can't sleep.
The anticipation is really high, and the enthusiasm is really high, and everybody thinks they're going to win a championship, and everybody thinks they're going to win the race.
Just the emotion of the high with all the people, the colors, the atmosphere, you can feel it. It's electric.
The whole field is pretty amped up as you come to the green, and really as a driver, there's really no bigger anticipation than coming to the green flag at the Daytona 500.
The start of a new season, and at this moment, every one of 43 drivers can win the Daytona 500. Every one can be Sprint Cup champion. In a world where most sports play their biggest game at the end of the season, NASCAR does it just the opposite.
It's when the best are at their best.
Today, a whole new style of racing at Daytona. We'll go 200 laps, 500 miles as we always do. 55 on pit road. Fuel window 42 to 46 laps and 4 cars to the back.
And that's going to be huge, but the pit window there, because this racetrack has so much grip. Tires are not going to be that important, but that fuel window certainly could be.
A few things to note as we get ready to go green. Brand new surface at Daytona has led to a new style of racing. The bump and push style of drafting seen at Talladega is now possible at Daytona due to this smooth surface. As mentioned, after 300 miles yesterday, drivers were worn out. Imagine driving in a snowstorm where all you can see are the taillights of the car in front of you and you don't know what's on either side, what's behind you, or what'll happen next. That's what's going to happen here, especially for that driver pushing the car in front. And finally, we'll remember Dale Earnhardt and his legacy with a silent third lap to honor the number 3 that he made famous.
The other thing is a .196 has been the difference in all the races run down here this weekend for the win.